Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing just a quick video, a little progress report around my World Cup of Design entry. Um, Obviously I did a few streams a few weeks ago, I think like 3 weeks ago or something like that. I did some streams, but a lot has changed since those streams, and I thought instead of, streaming this course or whatever, I thought it'd be easier just to hop on here and make a little quick video showing you what I've done and take a little tour around the course and show the things that I still need to finish up. I really like how this course is coming along. There's still a few holes I want to change and tweak. There's still, I think, 2 holes that I built them originally, but then I tore them up and I'm redoing right now. So I'll take you through and show you that. But we'll just fly around this course real quick. Let me just get all this stuff off here, and let's just go around and look. Obviously there's a lot of grass in this course, and most of that wasn't here the last time I streamed this course, so it's been a long process planting all this grass, but I've really enjoyed it. I do really like the look. I know it is a lot of grass, but I'm very mindful of how close that grass gets to the fairway. Like, as you'll see over here, you do have quite a few yards off the fairway, but near the greens we can really bring it in around the bunkers and stuff like that to enhance the bunkers and make the greens play a little tougher. Obviously this is par 3. Might want to bring the grass away from this one, but for the most part the grass will stay further away from the fairway, especially on the sides, and I think it leads to a pretty cool look. But yeah, this is what the course looks like right now. Still have 2 holes I'm trying to finish up. We have 14 over here. I'm completely redoing right now because I felt it's a par 5, and it was originally playing too similar to the 18th hole, which is also par 5. So I'm changing it up. The green was originally going over here, but I'm actually moving it over here, which will probably work for a better sight line coming in from hole 5. You can probably see that green from up there. And I also took out a ton of trees over here just to open it up. So if you're sitting on this green, you can see the 6th hole down here, which is getting completely redone right now as well. I kind of want to turn into like more of a Redan than it was before. It was kind of just a straightaway par 3. It's like 235 yards, but I want to make it kind of a Redan. Just run it in from the right side over to the left. I think it will play a lot more fun. But yeah, overall, here's kind of the redone 10th hole. I can't remember what I did in my last live streams, but here's hole 11, completely redone, and the green side's been completely redone as well. But I do really like this little run on the right side, feeding down to some of these slopes. There's kind of a small roll off in the back, so just got to be careful. But, a drive down the left side will be rewarded with a better angle in. Down the right side, you might have to use those slopes a little bit more. But especially, some of these pins on the left here and the right, you just want to be coming in from that side. But if you hit it far enough, you can get a wedge in your hand and spin one back. 12th hole is one of these holes that is very interesting. The green side, I'm not sure if I want to keep this. I do like the idea, but this is kind of a hole that the strategy changes based on where the pin is. If you have a front right pin, maybe you might be laying back to try to give a longer shot in on this side maybe, but if you have a back left pin, you're trying to hit to this side to have a better angle in. So yes, this is what we've been working on. And so I'm just going to go on a little course tour right now. I'll show you each hole. I'll tell you if anything's changed since last time, and hopefully you can get a sense of how the course is coming along. So we'll get started over here by the clubhouse. Clubhouse is looking pretty bad. Might need to tweak it, but I'm also at like in the 80% of plant meter right now, so it's tough. Here's my 1 car. As always, you need that 1 car in the parking lot. Obviously, we got our clock. Hole 1 hasn't really changed much, except they planted all the grass around it. Straightaway par 5. Want to hold this left side. It's a very gentle handshake, gentle opener into the round. Right side obviously you're gonna be going up that slope by the green over the bunkers. To this side gives you a better angle in to rolling onto the green, and this slope right here off the green is diabolical. You will roll down 40 yards if you go down that. So just something to be aware of. But overall, not a tough shot or not a tough hole to start. Good chance to make birdie. And then we walk over here to the 2nd hole. I've also been working with these little paths in between the grass, which is taking some time, but I think it looks pretty decent. Hole 2 really hasn't changed either. pretty similar tee shot, but I did add these bunkers on the left. It used to just be all fairway short, but I added these bunkers in. I think it looks a little bit better. Having that sand there, and you can try to carry it to this right side to have a better angle in. Play the left side, you're obviously going to have a worse angle in, but there are helping slopes from the right side and kind of from the back that can really feed one on. Pin right here on the left side is going to be the most difficult, as it's kind of crowned and kind of rolls off on all sides. Onto the third hole. This hole hasn't changed too much, just planted all the grass here. Long par 4, you want to kind of hold the left side. Unless the pin's on the left side of the green, maybe want to hold the right, have a better angle coming in. But for maybe a back right pin, you want to be coming in from this way. This bunker's here more just for looks. It's not really in play. Pretty big green. Allows for you to run a shot in here on the third hole. Fourth hole, pretty similar. Just planted some grass around here and, really have those ocean views in the back. It's kind of that infinity edge green a little bit with the bunkers in the behind it. And you have this little hump right here kind of protecting those pins. But, this is a video game, so it shouldn't be too difficult to stop it. I think there is a tiny little helping slope at the back, so not too hard of a hole, and it's only like 150 yards, so not too bad. Here on the fifth hole, it's kind of semi-blind. You have blind over the left side. You can see the bunker on the right. That bunker's just there so I can tell you where the right side of the fairway is, if you're playing in real life. But you want to hit it right over this bush right here. Want to try to hold this left side of the fairway. Coming in from the right side is going to be a little more difficult near the green, and it brings those bunkers into play. I completely redid the green site here. Went for more of a minimalistic approach, and I'm really going to try to make this false front be a little more severe. So you're really trying to thread the needle through these humps right here. And if you miss left, you're going that bunker, or you're going down here, which could be difficult, or it could be good depending on where the pin is. So this green's not done yet. But I've made this hole a little more simple than it was before, and I feel like the fairway looks a lot better now. It's a little wider, and I think it will play a lot better too. So moving on to hole 6, we have the tee box set up, but obviously this hole is getting redone. Instead of going out this way, I think we're going to move it up here and have it play more as a redan, where you can run it off the right side down to the left. I really want this hole to play like if you were to go straight at the pin, it's gonna be hard to hold the green, so you have to play that redan. That's the way you play the hole. Not just stick it, and it is like a 240-yard hole, so it's not like you could just whack a 2-iron in there and it will stop. So I might maybe do like a tiny false back or something like that and just have a big slope from the right, because I really want this long par 3 to play fun. I want it to be a fun shot, not a just hit it and kind of have like a punch bowl is what it was before. It was like wherever you hit it, it's just going to roll on the green. And the bunkers were just there for just for looks. So I want this to be a little more strategic. Maybe a bunker like 150 yards off the tee right here, and you have to hit over that one to roll it on. Maybe a bunker short left to protect you from just going straight at it. So still working on that right now. Hole 7, I don't remember if this is how it looked before, but we did change it a little bit. Obviously, standard par 4, play to the right side, to have a better angle to the right. The pin's on the left. Try to hit it past this bunker for maybe the pins on the right side of the green. This bunker over here kind of protects this pin right here. There's a kind of severe slope coming off here, and it does feed to the back, so you can get a ball all the way back there. But depending on the wind, this hole can play really short. This hole can play really long. It really just depends on how the wind's blowing that day. On to hole 8. Made a few tweaks to this hole. Took out all the bunkers. I just thought it looked a little bit better, and the grass really does get really close to the green here, but I use the grass more as a hazard instead of having bunkers. Might remove some of the grass near the right side of the green just to open it up a little bit, but I like this kind of mound over here on the left side. I think it just looks imposing off the tee. And it's a pretty small green. It's only like 150, 160 yards. Obviously this pin over here, if you get stuck behind this little hill on the fairway right here, it can be very difficult. So even though you might be on the fairway over here, you could be left with a very difficult shot. And obviously to the back pins, you have this slope coming off the left side, so you might have to play to the right and feed it in off that slope back there. But yeah, that's the 8th hole, little par 3. Looks really nice. I elevated the green a lot more to make it stand up a little bit more in the dunes, and I think it looks really good. Make the trip down here to the 9th tee box. Drivable hole, hasn't changed much. Obviously, I think I opened it up a little bit more on the right side. Very, very difficult green to hold. This is a difficult green to hold for a drivable 4. It's probably about 300 yards. Downhill, though, sometimes you're hitting 3-wood in, and you have this little slope to run off right here. But huge false back running off. This pin is almost ungettable. It's so difficult. I added a tiny little slope in right there to give you a chance. But honestly, for a lot of the pins, the safe play is just hit like a long iron or wood down to here and then pitch one in. Especially to this pin, you have a backstop right there. It'll roll right back down. So sometimes in this hole, just being patient and not going for it can lead to a better result than hitting one way deep into the rough back here and then being absolutely cooked going back up. So that's something that golfers will have to decide for themselves when they play it. But it is actually a hole that I think will help if you do lay up, or if you lay up way back here, give yourself a 100-yard shot in. It'll be a lot easier than trying to pitch one into a slope or something. Anyway, we go over here to the 10th hole, par 5, really just split the bunkers. The tee shot I think has been the same for a while, but I did change the second part of the hole. We did a little split fairway here just for fun. And a few layup zones you can lay up over here on the right, but obviously you're going to have worse angle in. You can lay up over here on the left, and you're going to have a better angle into some of those pins on the right side. And you're just trying to feed it onto the green. This dune comes in over here on the right, protecting these pin locations over here. This green is not done yet, so I need to figure out how I'm going to make it work. And also the sculpting right here, probably bring some of that fairway down because you want a better sight line into that green. But overall, you want to try to carry it through these bunkers to the left side to have the best angle in. Obviously laying up. If you lay back at all, you're not reaching. And this bunker right here in the middle really holds you to that and prevents anyone from just hitting it up there. So a little bit of strategy on that hole. Moving over to 11. I already talked about this a little earlier in the video. Very, very simple strategy. Just try to hold the left side for the best angle in. Right side you'd be fine, but it's going to be more difficult to hold. This hole is about 500 yards, but probably plays closer to like 460. And if it's downwind, you have a wedge in hand, but into the wind, you could definitely be hitting a long iron in. So lots of fairways short to try to run this ball into the green. And these bunkers are here just to intimidate you a little bit, but the best players in the game shouldn't have to worry about that. It's not that hard of a hole. Moving on to 12, very interesting little hole here. A little bunker to carry on the right, about 200 yards off the tee. Not too much of a problem. Pretty wide fairway for such a short hole, but it really does depend how you want to attack this green. Depending on the pins, there are many little slopes. There's also a little false front right here in the front. It's difficult to see, but it will roll off. So lots of bunkers surrounding the green. So very, very interesting little difficult hole. And I think it's one of those holes where the strategy can change based on the pin. It really is not always the same. It's always going to be different depending on the wind and what pin it is. Next up, you follow this little path up here to 13. This actually used to be a par 3. This used to be par 4, and 12, the last hole, used to be a par 3. But I actually switched them around because I thought this would be a better site for a par 3 right here. And I love this little look right here coming up the hill. The bunker's short right, little bunker on the left, and the green up here just kind of moving from right to left a little bit. Kind of got this idea, a little bit of this idea from B101's course, Strathlorn, hole number 2. I was just looking through some other courses the other day. This is not exactly a replica, and Strathlorn does it the opposite way, but it does have the bunkers short. Although at Strathlorn, the bunkers are way shorter, but I brought these in a little closer to the green, and then this bunker, I think, was on the right side of the green at Strathlorn, but I thought that was a really cool idea, so I just did my own version of that. Obviously, the bunkers are a little bit closer to the green here, but I think it works really nice, and with the grass and stuff, I think it sits really nicely too. So, and here's my road. I know there were some people who didn't like that I don't have a cart path on this course. I know we're talking CSU golfer. I know you love that cart path, but yeah, no cart path on this course right now. Just gonna be rocking with the road for right now, kind of a boundary road. But yeah, we did cart paths last year, and that did not go well. So we're not going to be doing it this year. I do apologize, but yeah, we've got the road coming in, maybe the fence. I don't know if I'm going to do fences around all the roads because I am kind of running short on meter, but we'll see what happens. I still got to plant boundary trees and bushes. As you can see, I've done a little bit of bush planting. I don't plan on doing too many of them. They're really just there to accent the trees and break up the grass a little bit, so it's not going to be that many bushes, but it will add up in the end, so just got to be careful about that. So yeah, that's 13. I do love this little area where all the paths connect, with here and 8 and 13 right here and stuff like that. I think it looks really, really cool, and obviously 7's right there. And so I really do like how it's coming along. Today I started redoing hole 14 here. I added a tee box back here to make the hole longer. And probably need to change this still, but it's obviously just a par 5. You want to carry it down the right side to have the best angle into this pin down here. Obviously, you can see all this grass. I'm gonna move this all in and move the road all in. Will save me some plant meter too. But yeah, because there's a lot of dead space and there's a lot of grass, so I really want to try to cover that up. But yeah, so far this hole is still in progress. We're still working on it, but hopefully in a later video you can see what that will turn out to be. Obviously 15 we completely redid. Used to be a long par 4. We turned it into more of a short / mid par 4. Just because I felt like we had 11 was a long par 4 already, and then 16 is actually a pretty decently long par 4 with a tough green. So I was like, yeah, we need to have a shorter par 4, and it's very, 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 very simple. Play to the left side. It's going to be wider, maybe a worse angle in. Right side gives you a better chance to get closer. Very, very interesting green, though. You have a little false front on the right. There's a little false back. Obviously, coming from the left, you have to deal with this bunker and the slope. A little helping hill right here. So one of my favorite greens on this course, actually. Let me hop out and show you like the contours on the screen. Obviously, want to enhance a few of these features a little bit, but I think it actually plays really well, especially this false front. It really if you're approaching from the right side of this pin, it's actually a little more difficult than if you're approaching from this side. So I think it actually plays very interesting as well, and it's one of my favorite greens on this course so far. So let's keep going. We're going to go over here to the 16th. Obviously, just pretty straight away. You wouldn't really lay up, but you do have to worry about this little hill right here, but hitting driver through here, and then everything's going to slope to left. You want to hold the right side to have the best angle into this green, which is very slopey. There's a huge red slope coming off this side, and it's just a very slippery green. But in my opinion, it makes it really fun. It's, you really got to work with spin, where you're landing the ball. Like, you have to land the ball right at these pins because they are going to move down. There's a big false front right here, but there is a lot of helping slope from the back, so just something to be aware of. These bunkers aren't really in play. They're more here just for looks right now, but if you top one, you can go in it. But overall, just a very slippery green, and this bunker in the front really breaks it up and makes you really want to play on the right side of the fairway to have a better angle in. So we take this path down to 17. 17 used to be a drivable 4. I don't know if I turned it into a par 3 before. I don't know on my last live stream, but anyway, I turned it into a par 3 right on the beach right here in the sand dunes. The green is really, really slopey. I'm going to work with this. There's a huge slope right there. But it's just a neat look down to the beach, kind of sand dunesy. As you can see, I even added some of the sand in here just for, I think, because the closer you get to the water, the more sand there's going to be. But yeah, just a very simple little par 3, kind of a stunner par 3 near the ocean. Coming down to 18 here. Obviously, par 5, bunkers on the right. You want to try to get past those. The green itself is actually pretty open. 18th hole, I want to give you a good chance to make eagle here. But you just want to get past these bunkers. If you lay back, you're going to have to, really run one down. And there's this depression right here, and some of the undulations right here can roll you into the bunker if you're not careful. So you just want to try to hit a good shot in and get as far down the fairway as possible to, to get this, reach the screen in two. So yeah, those are all 18 holes here. So far, looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I still need to sculpt all the bunkers and stuff like that. I really haven't done any sculpting yet. But most of the holes are feeling pretty good, and I really like how they play. Obviously, just got to finish up 14 and 6 over here. Those are 2 holes that we really got to make better. I feel like in my last few courses, those are holes that I'd be like, they're fine. But I really want to go out of my way to make sure every hole plays the best that it possibly can. But yeah, a lot of grass in this course. I hope you're ready for a lot of grass. But in my opinion, I really like the look. This is really what I had in mind when I started this. So I'm really, really excited. Got to plant some trees, got to plant some bushes, and tidy things up. But I'm feeling really, really good about where we're at. And maybe I'll do a few streams in the future. Just have been pretty busy lately. Haven't been able to really stream, but I might get back on that. So if any of you are interested in following along with the progress on this course, if you're in the Punch Bowl on Discord, if you're not in the Punch Bowl, go check it out on Discord. It's a great community for course design. If you're interested in course design or in the TGC Tours community, it's really, really fun to interact with the people there. And I have obviously a thread for this course where I'm just posting pictures, and people are in there just, we're just having fun on the Discord, and I'm just sharing all the pictures there. So if you're interested in following along, you can go check it out and see how far we've come on this course. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching this video and checking out the progress of my course. It's coming along really good, and hopefully make it far in this contest. I'm feeling really good about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.